Hello and welcome to another Wraggys beer review update, a channel update, and basically a health update. It's been a good month now. Last time I did it, I was actually sat on the decking, funnily enough. It's a bit cooler than that today. It's quite nice over Christmas. There was one, although I did have a fire going. So, literally next week, Tuesday, I'm going for... If you didn't know, the reason giving these updates a little bit more regular, not only is it to, for people who are interested in the channel to hear how things are going, but also to shine a light on things like diabetes, which I was diagnosed with back in November now, October, November, but also to shine a light on mental health. I'm quite open the fact that I have over the years suffered with depression, stress, anxiety. So, with the diabetes, I found out my eyes are in good fettle. I've not got the eyes I used to have 20 years ago, when it comes to really small writing, the light has to be good. I struggle. I've noticed with this with handheld game consoles. Can't do handheld game consoles like I used to. I don't really play on handhelds anymore anyway, to be fair. So yeah, diabetes. I'm going for, I presume, a blood test next week on the 11th. And I think they're going to check my feet. Fucking hell. I'm a gardener, yeah. And I'll tell you now, I wear 2 pairs of socks and I get muddy and my feet are chatty and I wash them, but they're never fucking, the sort of feet you could, put on a catwalk. It's not gonna happen, I mean, they're not. I mean, my nails are okay, I presume they're, and again, they're not models nails. They're not manky or anything, but so that's going to be interesting. I'm sure I get a bloody good scrub Tuesday morning. Oh dear! If you walked on the sand is a fantastic exfoliator or whatever you call it, and I might actually put some scrub on over the weekend just to make sure that they're as clean as I can get them. Yeah. It's quite funny, isn't it? It's like being a bloke, it's like some, I remember, slight tangent here, so I do apologise, but I remember being in the, I had a fall or something, and I was in the doctor's, and they said, "Oh, lie down," and I'm like, "I don't fucking lie down, what's that for?" And like my rib cage here, I've got a protruding sternum. Yeah, it's like here, it's like a little tit that sticks out. But anyway, and the consultant came and she like went under my rib cage, and it's like, "Fucking what are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, you've got a hernia." And literally that was like 6 years ago now, 6 or 7 years ago. And yeah, it's still there, it's still under no, it is what it is. It's not troubling me or anything. So yeah, it was a bit strange. Gotta be honest. And it's a bit like blokes, or even women. I'm sure anybody who goes to a doctor's and they say, "Right, we need to look at your bits," and it's like, fuck off. You're fucking looking at my bits. What, because you want a quick feel? And yeah. I mean, I know your feet aren't as private as your private parts, but still, I mean, when you're pissed up and you're in a pub, and you're there, and you're in the trough, and people are there, and you're like, "Who the fuck are you looking at my bits? Fuck off!" Even when I'm drunk, I do not like that shit. I can be steaming. And the last thing I want, some dickhead fucking looking fuck off. You know, I've worked on public parks. I know what shit goes off in public toilets. But anyway, back on the fucking hell, I could go on all day. Gotta be careful. So yeah, diabetes. I am being a good boy. All coffees, teas. I have quite a few coffees and teas during the day. Why? Because I'm freezing. You know, I need a coffee or a tea just to warm me up. No sugar at all. Canderel at all times, which is obviously not actual real sugar. So yeah, and now every single day I wake up, and apart from weekends, because I don't wake up so early at weekends, but I will have cereal, be it Alpen or maybe Frosties. Take me 2 tablets, you know, my metformin, which lowers your blood sugars, apparently. Not that I know. I'm eating more regular. So I used to be able to go, ring, ring, ring. I used to be able to go to work and last all day with no food. And as much as I think, and you know, my brain thinks that it's a good way of losing weight by not eating, apparently because with sugar, I'm creating more sugar to cope with the fact that I've got no food, to keep going, basically. And that's higher in my sugar. So in some ways, is my diabetes a natural thing, rather to combat the fact that I wasn't eating, rather than the fact that it's diabetes? I don't know. I don't understand. We're all built differently. You know, some people, it is what it is with diabetes and any illness out there. But anyway, I'm eating better now. We're having a lot less takeaways than we used to, primarily because 50-60 quid a takeaway, and then they come and it's shit anyway, because some dickheads let the fucking milk spill, or some twat at McDonald's can't fucking work out. You're there all day long. Cheeseburger, fries, and then you come and it's, yep, ask for cheeseburger, mate. What's that? You fuck me, got about 20 things on the menu. It can't be that hard. And yeah, oh dear, KFC's even worse. And then you pay, and then you get some prat delivery, and it's cold, and it's like, I paid £6 for delivery, mate. You know, I'm not paying you fucking £6 for you to go all the way across the city to deliver something, and then to come all the way back to me. You know. But anyway, yeah. So, slight tangent again there, do apologise. But yeah, in the scheme of things, less of that, more vegetables, more healthy eating. And because I'm healthy eating and the wife knows I'm healthy eating, she's actually doing the same. So in some ways, we're both benefiting, in some ways at least, from this, you know, slightly healthy thing. On the beer side of things, still drinking beer. You will have noticed that I'm doing 2 reviews a day, and then on a Saturday afternoon I will go out, and this is being honest, I will go out and drink maybe anything between 2 pints to maybe 5 pints one day a week. I have packed in drinking spirits again. I have got a few bottles of wine that also will dissipate soon, and with the beer thing, and it's not the fact that for any issues I'm moving away from drinking beer. I look at beer festivals, and sadly, I look at beer, and sadly, where 2 years ago, 5 years ago, there was a massive pull to drink every beer, the latest beers, every supermarket beer, beers, locally beers that came out. You know, there was this massive magnet that pulled me towards those beers. I have no pull anymore. The interest, there are a few beers obviously that are still very interesting, and you know, if I'm being honest, brutally honest, I'm moving away. So even though I like the taste of beer and I will enjoy beer, I've no inclination to go out. After these beers have gone, there's no inclination to go out and spend money on beers. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen to the beer reviews. I don't know what's going to happen to the channel going forward. If I'm being brutally honest, you know, this is a hobby for me. It's not a life. It's changed massively from 5 years ago, from COVID times. If I'm talking, get off that subject, if I'm talking mental health, there was a moment last year, tough year really, seeing what was going off, and we'll put it as the 4-letter word, the work word, seeing what was going off at work, and in other things as well, and you know, locally some brutal snubs by local breweries and that, and like, you know, and you think to yourself, right, yeah, I know what you've done, and I think to myself, okay, that's fine. That's certainly notched in my memory, and it won't happen again. I won't let it happen again. And then with work, I've come to the conclusion that I'll do what I do, but I have noticed this year more than ever what other people do and what they probably don't do. And I've noticed all this, and you know, being a gardener, which is these days sadly it's just a low paid job. It never was, but it's fucking gone that way. And despite the fact that I love what I do, I'm no fool either, you know, I'm not an idiot. So I will do exactly what they're doing, and but still make it so everything looks great, but certainly in the knowledge that I'm not going to fucking work like an idiot when other people certainly aren't, and getting paid either the same or a lot more, you know. I don't know what people are getting paid, but on that side of things, my mental health, I am stronger now than I've been for a long while. I battled through it, and I'm at the moment where I think, right, whereas I'd do things before, now I can't be bothered. I think, nah, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not, you know, and I'm only doing things when it pleases me, if I want to do it. And this is in both the world of beer and in other things as well. Luckily, got a great family, you know. My work is fantastic, you know, I'm smashing it at work, as I always try to anyway. It always depends on the year ahead. I've changed things at work to make sure that I'm not killing myself to do the work that I need to do. This is the thing, you know, I am hard working anyway, and you know, I would love to put anybody at work in a real world situation against me, come out and work with me for a day, and or a week or even a month, and yeah, we'll see how many last. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for the channel. I'll be honest, depending on what happens next week, you know, and where what happens with beer consumption. But you know, I'm at that moment where if I need to stop altogether, then whereas a year ago I'd have told you to absolutely bollocks, now I'm like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, it's not it's funny how your mind can change how you think about things and how you go on. And yeah, whereas before I would have said no, now I'm back into it's back into that mindset of, well, I like video games, and I like listening to audiobooks, and I like gardening, and I'm very lucky that I have other hobbies that can keep the mind going, as well as family, obviously, and work, and but not in the need to drink beer. Certainly not a beer. Certainly beer doesn't need. I don't need to get steaming every night for beer to be a thing. And in fact, I absolutely hate feeling shit because of a night on the beer. I'd rather not drink beer altogether than drink beer and feel shit the next day. So that's my update. Bit of a mixed bag update, really. And but blatantly honest. Don't need to be anything other than blatantly honest. Yeah, I've got nothing to prove. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. For me as well, you know, I've kind of turned the corner. The love of beer is not what it was. Although I'm still going to go to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival in June. I'm still going to go to Hucknall Beer Festival, albeit not on the opening night. Thank you for watching. See you soon.